The White Lady of Pomeroy Castle. Pomeroy Castle loomed over the wooded hills of South Devon like a broken crown, its crumbled towers and ivy-clad walls whispering of a grandeur long faded. Built centuries ago by the Pomeroy family, it had once rung with feasts and laughter, but by the 19th century it stood as a ruin, its stones steeped in shadow and sorrow. Among the villagers of Totnes, tales of the castle's hauntings were as common as the mist that clung to its ramparts, but none chilled the blood quite like the story of Lady Margaret, the White Lady, who appeared on certain evenings to beckon the unwary to their doom. Lady Margaret Pomeroy had been the younger daughter of her house, born in an age when beauty was both a blessing and a curse. Fair as the dawn, with hair like spun gold and eyes that held the green of spring leaves, she drew suitors to bury Pomeroy like moths to a flame. But her elder sister, Lady Eleanor, harboured a beauty more severe, dark-haired and sharp-featured, with a will as unyielding as the castle's granite. The sisters had loved each other once, sharing secrets in the tower rooms where sunlight streamed through narrow windows. That love turned to ash when a young knight, Sir Edmund of Exeter, came to court. His charm and valour won Margaret's heart in a glance, but Eleanor too burned for him with a passion that bordered on obsession. Sir Edmund, however, saw only Margaret, and his choice set the sisters on a path no love could mend. Eleanor's jealousy festered like a wound. She watched Margaret's laughter with Sir Edmund in the castle's gardens, heard the minstrels sing of her sister's beauty, and felt her own worth diminish with every whispered comparison. Determined to claim what she believed hers by right, Eleanor devised a cruel plan. One moonless night, as a storm raged over Dartmoor, she lured Margaret to the highest tower under the guise of sisterly counsel. There, in the cold stone chamber, Eleanor's words turned to venom. "He'll never be yours," she hissed, her grip tightening on Margaret's wrist. Before her sister could protest, Eleanor barred the door and left her to the darkness. For weeks, or was it months, Margaret languished in the tower, her cries unheard over the wind, her beauty fading as hunger gnawed her bones. When death finally claimed her, it was not a release, but a binding, her spirit tethered to the place of her betrayal. Centuries passed, and Pomeroy Castle fell to ruin, its halls echoing only with the calls of rooks and the sighs of the wind. Yet Lady Margaret did not rest. On certain evenings, those of the equinox, or when the moon hung low and full, her spirit appeared on the crumbling steps leading to the tower, clad in a gown of ghostly white that shimmered like frost in the twilight. Her face, still beautiful but hollow with anguish, turned toward the paths below, where villagers and wanderers sometimes passed. With a slender hand, she beckoned, her voice a whisper on the breeze. "Come to me." Those who saw her felt a pull deep in their marrow, an urge to follow her up the shattered steps to the tower's gaping maw. But Margaret's call was no plea for rescue. It was a lure to destruction. The tower's dungeon, a jagged pit hidden beneath broken stone, yawned like a hungry mouth. More than one heedless soul had followed the White Lady's ghostly form, entranced by her beauty, only to slip on the moss-slick steps and plummet into the abyss below. A shepherd boy in the 1700s, chasing her pale figure in a daze, was found broken at the dungeon's base, his eyes still fixed on the spot where she'd vanished. A century later, a poacher, drawn by her mournful cry, met the same fate, his lantern shattered beside him. The villagers learned to avert their eyes on those fated nights, to whisper prayers and hurry past the castle's gates, lest the White Lady's gaze find them. Some claimed Margaret's spirit sought vengeance on the living for the love she'd been denied, her heart so twisted by betrayal that it could offer only ruin. Others believed her beckoning was a cry for release, a desperate hope that someone might break the curse, binding her to the tower. Whatever her intent, the White Lady of Berry Pomeroy endured, her white gown a fleeting gleam against the castle's decay. And on certain evenings still, when dusk paints the ruins gold and shadow, her voice echoes softly across the hills. Come to me. A siren's call to the unwary, a reminder of a love and a sorrow that time could not bury. Many thanks for treading this haunted tale's dark path. If its chill gripped you, like follow, subscribe, and murmur your secrets below. Care to summon more? The coffee link below beckons. Heed its call.